Alright, people, so this is Volatility 75 index, and this is a 24-hour. So, as you all know, we look at the current side of the market, and this one is a little bit tricky because of the fact that, or because of the term or the concept of, because of the concept of impulsive correction. Some of you are still asking me, how do you know if this one is an impulsive correction? How do you know if this one is not an impulsive correction? For proper understanding and for proper mentorship, please look in the link in the description and come for proper mentorship. Alright. Now, as you can see, most of us or the literal pattern traders will be looking at this guy as the impulse, right? And then we'll be looking at this section of the market as the correction right now. But if you look at it very well, if I am to start plotting the trend line here, you can see that this thing actually can't go unless I'm trying to uh, just do something like so. Else, this thing is not making any sense. And one thing you are not supposed to do, or one thing you are supposed to remember, is that the current price action is what plays out, and there's no reason for you to uh, there's no reason for you to put this out because this happened. This is more closer to the right hand side of the market than this one you're trying to cater for. All right, like I said, there's nothing wrong in the market. It's just that there's also things that you need to do based on the rule. Whatever you draw, like mapping out what I just mapped out, is actually making sense and looking good. All right, there are some people that do that. I can't tell you it's wrong, but I can tell you that it is the current side that plays in the market. So you have to make sure you're catering for the current side. Now, for me, I'll look at this. This is clearly an impulse, it is, but based on what this guy has done, this is no more the impulse that is the current one. After this guy, now after this drop down like so, we're supposed to have, after this drop down like so, we're supposed to have this and it happened. So we're supposed to have something like so, or after having this, we should have something like that and then here, so that it can actually make a good sense. But instead of doing that, this came middle, and now this guy came to this level. If you are, like I always tell you guys, focus on the current side. So if you have to focus on the current side, this guy is no more the current impulse. This guy is the current impulse. So this is an impulse, and after the impulse, we're anticipating a correction. But instead of giving us a correction, it gave us another impulsive move to the upside before the consecutive correction started. So this is the impulsive correction. This is an impulse. This is supposed to be the correction of the impulse, but it is an impulsive correction of this impulse. So our impulse now shifts to this guy. This is going to be our impulse now, and from there, the swing point that have been created is what we are going to focus on to create our price pattern. All right. So the lowest low here is going to be this guy, because this is the lowest low of after this our impulsive correction. This is the lowest low we have the market have created for us, and then this is the highest high. So we're at least 75 1s. We can now connect this guy and want to be our trend line. Let's do this. Let's take it off so we don't mess things up. So we can connect this 1 2 to be our supportive trend line, our supportive price structure, and then we can connect this 1 and 2 to be a resistive price structure. And you can see we have an impulsive move to the upside. So what we are anticipating for this guy is for us to give us a correction, or if a price flag pattern to come and interact with this previous swing high. So if we interact with it, if the price sweep it, you know what to do. If the price breaks significantly above it, you know what to do. If it breaks, we are anticipating a third touch here before we can further go down. So this is directional bias on, but it's 75. Let's look at the 4 hour to see maybe the information that is being given around here. We can see that price is actually trying to advance up, or it is just trying to give us a reversal or do something that will help support our directional bias. All right. So if we look at the right hand side of the market, we are having that similar thing like the impulsive correction here as well. We have an impulse here, we have an impulse here, right? We have an impulse here. After that, we're supposed to be anticipating a correction, and then instead of that, the market just dropped and then pushed to the upside. After that, we started having the swings correctly. So it is where the swing started that you are going to look at, because that is your current price structure. So this is 1 2, and this is ascending type of swings that have been created, and then this is the 1 2 as well. So whatever price we do here, we are anticipating that price will actually give us a little bit of realization that we can continue to the upside. And since from the daily we are looking at price to come to this swing high, it's either price comes to this swing high and drop, or give us a third touch before dropping, or significantly push up and give us a touch on our uh, daily resistive trend line. So this is what I see on Volatility 75 1s. Please share your thoughts in the comment section if you see something else. Let's look at Volatility 25 index. Alright people, so this is Volatility 25 and we are still on the 24 hour. As you all know, Volatility index 24 hours is the highest. I would have loved to go on the weekly because we are looking at directional biases, but 24 hour is the highest time frame that is provided on the derived trading view implementation. So for 25 1s, we can see clearly we are in an uptrend here. Alright, if I'm to look at this swing point, we have this high, we have higher high, we have this low, and then price was rejected a higher low. And this, so for those of you that have been following my trade result in the community, you can see that I've been buying volatility 25 index, and that is the reason why, because I saw price created a higher high, sorry, a higher low, and then we are trying an uptrend. So there's all of the chances that price should come and create or interact with this swing high before a greater directional change will happen. So this is 24-hour time frame. So the directional bias is for us to go there. All right. So let's connect our trend line, and then the lowest low will be here because this is the beginning of the price structure we're looking at, like the price trend, which is an uptrend. Then for this, it's actually looking like an expanding structure, right? So right. So another confluence that told me that price will keep going up is this guy. If you look at this bit of price is yet to feel this. You have this when price was coming down to interact with the second touch of the trend line. You can see we had this guy impulse to the downside. We have an impulsive correction to the upside. Then we have this swing, price push up, created this swing, price push up, and then created the last swing before this movement. So if I'm to connect these points into price structure, you can see it's actually a price channel, a descending price channel. If you look at a much lower time frame than this, it's going to make more sense to you. So this is a price channel, and whenever price breaks through a channel and closes significantly above it, we're anticipating the 90%. So there's another confluence that for me, this is another confluence I see that like the 2500 need to have this bullish run to the upside in the following weeks to come. So price is currently here. So let's look at the 4 hour to see what price is doing there. What is the interaction price is giving to us around our level. So this is the 4 hour. Okay, this is the 4 hour. Let's take off this. I just use it for explanation. You guys know I don't like to keep my charts dirty or too much of analysis on it because I like to keep it simple for everyone to understand why or what I'm particularly doing. So we are on the current side on the 4 hour right now. Definitely, you know that price can't just keep running to your direction. It needs to do its ups and downs so that you can even yourself can get a proper time for execution. So what price is doing right here currently is looking like price is facing to the downside. Price is looking like it needs to give us a little bit of downs before it pushes up. Though price has given us this 1 2 like so, and then price has given us another 1 2, which is like it's also agreeing to the uptrend on this time frame. But like it is what price wants, it does. So please look on your chart, look at your analysis, make your analysis, use your strategy to look at the market, and please don't forget to share us your comment in the comment sections. All right, so for this I'm going to leave at the 25 index like so, and we will wait for further informations to know what next to do. But from the daily you can see the reasons for my directional bias or my main directional bias. You all know I trade more on the 5 minutes and on the 1 minute, so I am more of a day trader. Even if I read a bigger directional bias from the daily, from the higher time frame, I'm a more of a day trader. So I zoom into the daily time frame to make my I zoom into the lower time frame to make my daily trades. And keeping the direction of the higher time frame in mind as well. So let's look at volatility 100 index. So people, this is volatility 100 and this is the 24 hour as well. This guy is looking, bro, it has been selling like crazy for the whole of from the middle of last year till right now. This guy has been selling. It's as if he's trying to approach his lowest level. But let's look at the current side, which is our main focal. All right, so if we look at this current side, you can see like we have this swing here. Interaction with this swing is looking like the price channel, and it's giving us this type of reversal channel, meaning the interaction with this swing is actually just to come and take or catch people at the wrong side. Please, I'm beginning to speak this, Charlie. My English, I know they understand what the wrong mean. Anyways, let's keep going. So the interaction here is just to come and catch people at the wrong side and go. That's why it's actually giving us this uh, reversal kind of thing, because a lot of people would have bought double bottom here. So the current side is where our focal point will be, and on the current side now, if you also look at this previous swing, this particular swing point here, and try to match it to see what the price did with it, you can see price actually swept it, and after the sweep, price is giving us a bullish kind of thing here, impulse correction here, and then we're looking for the continuation. So for that, my lowest point will be this guy, because actually this is the lowest low, it's so obvious. And then the highest point is going to be this guy, because right now that is where the market is actually facing and looking to reach. So from there, I can connect my trend line, I can connect my structure right here, 1 2, and then I can connect this guy 1 2 as well, because the price, we are anticipating price to hit this equal high, and if it does hit, it should either reject and drop or break and keep going. That one is going to be in the future. So let's look at the 4 hour to see what this guy is doing at the current price action. I don't like to I was not a fan of doing breakdowns for synthetic index, but because of the fact that people are requesting, that's why I'm doing it, because to me it's always moving. So doing the breakdown is kind of like, Charlie, why? But anyways, I'm here for you people. I'm here to guide you from foundations to freedom. All right, so let's keep rolling. So we have a bullish rejection or a bullish run from the trend line, a supportive trend line on volatility 100 index. All right, we have a bullish run, and after the bullish run, we are having a good kind of pattern formation there. We're having this 1 2, right, and then we are having the supportive ends which just rejected from it, meaning there was a buy opportunity here. If it's this is 4 hours, so like last night, yesterday, 15 yesterday, there's a buy opportunity here on volatility 100 index. So like I told you guys, me, I'm a day trader, so I always look at the lower time frame. So if I was there, this whole 4 hour will be done, like I'll be okay for the whole day. But we keep the higher time frame directional bias in mind, telling us that, letting us know that this is what price is doing in the overall movement. So this is it for volatility 100. Please don't forget to share your uh, ideas in the comment section. Please, Charlie, like the video. All right, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Okay, so let's look at what other index. Let's finally look at volatility 75 one. That is my favorite index. That index saved my ass as a broke nigga. Yes, that is the index that have saved me when I was broke, when I know the only amount of money I was only a $10 net worth. When I had only $10 to put in my account, that is the account, that is the index I trade, because it is very volatile, and because of that, the reef brought down its own loss sizes to 0.005, which is very, very, very less volatile. Even if you have $1 account, you can survive trading 75 one is with the proper understanding of your trading system. All right. So if you want to know a trading system that takes off the risk, that keep your risk as minimum as what is minimum in our life, I don't know. Please share me your comment about what you think is very, very minimum in this life. So as minimum as whatever you think it is, and then give us the reward as high as the oxygen we take every day. Look in the link in description and come to me to learn HMC. All right, because our trading system takes your risks too low and gives you a very nice entry point, so that, like, bro, I tell you guys all the time, I came from nothing, like I had nothing. So I made sure we put the system together to be able to give us very low risk, so that like sometimes you lose, you don't care about it because it's very, very small, but your reward is crazy big. All right, so let's go to volatility 75 one. That is my own favorite index. So after that, then we can say ciao ciao. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification, and you can be notified whenever we post a content on this channel. Okay, people, so this is volatility 75 index 1s, and this is the 24 hours. So as you can see, this guy, when I was coming into trading, when I came newly, I would have said, whoa, Charlie, this is head and shoulders, let's look for sell, it's a sell, it's a sell. But Charlie, right now, I'm more wise, so now we don't do that. All right, we don't do that. Almost everything that we were taught, or when you come newly, when you look at these big boys on Instagram, big boys on YouTube posting their cars and stuff, when you go to them, those little things you learn, I think those things are why we are still suffering in the market. Something like support and resistance. Everything works. Head and shoulders works, but they don't tell you how it is supposed to be done. They don't tell you how the support and resistance is supposed to be done. So we end up losing tons of money even before finding the right information. So for me, I don't do head and shoulders. Then let's go to what I do. So the current side of the market we are having is this price section, but on this time frame you can see it's looking like a range, or it's not really clear. The price pattern or the price structure here is not really clear. Though we can see it floating down. All right. So where am I going to put my lowest low? I'm going to put my lowest low this guy. Yeah, this is where I'm going to put my lowest low, and I'm going to put my highest high at this level. This is where I'm going to put my highest high, because price don't have any choice than to float around these two guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because I would have put here, but price already have interacted with this guy. So what I'm going to do now is to go to a time frame that my current structure can be clearer for me to understand what it is doing. So let's go to the 4 hour to see how it goes. Whenever you're on a time frame and it's not making sense, you have to keep diving down to show you a time frame that is actually going to make sense on. If your price isn't making sense on the daily, make sure you switch down to the 4 hour and so on. So like I said, it's actually, we know it's actually price swings, but it wasn't making sense on that time frame. But right now we can see it's making sense, and because of that, another value area we have is going to be this guy from the 4 hour, and then we can see clearly we have this one, two, and the third touch here, and then we are having the supportive ends to be 1 and 2. Now, I'm sure you guys remember the video I made about pattern separation. We're anticipating the third touch here, but this guy is actually reversing without the third touch. Why? Because if you look into the structure that was created before the third touch, we are having the 1, 2, 3 kind of part there structure there. That is a reversal pattern. That is the running channel, because we have an impulse to downside and we are having these swings to the downside as well. So if I'm to zoom in much better, you can see, like if I go on a lower time frame or even on this time frame, you can see, this week now is a particular swing. This is the third touch of a trend line. This particular swing where the trend line is now is a week of this candle. So this is a particular touch now, and if I'm to align this guy, you can see we had a good sweep here. This guy came below, but price didn't close. It came and closed above. So this is the good sweep. So already, before even hitting the third touch of uh, our supportive trend line here, price already has given a bullish bias for the market to go up. So that's why we had the bullish spike, or we had this bull run to the upside here. So for me, my focal points are going to be, we're in a downtrend clearly, and we in my community, we don't trade based on just trend line reversal. Like we don't just come here and buy because trend line is rejecting here. No, we trade according to the trend of the trend line. So we are floating down, though we can likely get we can likely get trades to help the counters. But for me, I'll be looking at this guy. It can, after doing this, it can start giving us a good reason to continue the sell. That is one of the focals. It might give us become an expanding structure like so, and then continue the sell, and it might just give us a corrective move and then push to the upside to give us interaction with this minor swing point here. So this is what I see on the 4 hour, or this is what I see on 75 1s index. So like I said, please don't forget to share us your comment in the comment section. Share us your ideas in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Stay highest, and thanks for watching.